Hello. Oh my God. Hello. Hola. Bonjour. Oh, that was fucked up. Welcome. Hi. How are ya? Let me just ramble a little bit before so y'all can tune in, invite your friends, share, all that shit. So, welcome. Good morning. I hope everyone is well. Um, I'm trying to think of stuff, but I don't have coffee. I need coffee. My only one sad black coffee. It's not in my system yet, and it's not kicking in. So I'm like, the fuck, y'all. I don't know. So I hope you're doing well. Let me share with you the affirmation card that came up for us today. It's very interesting. I say that too much. Interesting. Ugh, whatever. We create habits and problems to fulfill a need. Hello, welcome. We create habits and problems to fulfill a need. When I can find a positive way to fulfill the need, I can release the problem. We create habits and problems to fulfill a need. When I can find a positive way to fulfill the need, I can release the problem. So I really like this, especially coupled with the card that comes next with the tarot. We'll talk about in a second. But what does that say to you? How does that make you feel? And it's a good sort of like affirmation or something to contemplate as we have our coffee this morning or our tea or whatever we're drinking. But we create habits and problems to fulfill a need. When I can find a positive way to fulfill the need, I can release the problem. So let us think, what are we, what habit or problems in our lives are fulfilling some need, and what can we do to replace those habits and problems with something that feels better, something that is more positive, something that again feels good to us. So when we interject or when we introduce something new that feels good to us, right? It helps us to then focus more on that, and eventually it allows us to release the problem, the habit that was, holding us back, the habit that wasn't feeling so good. And so, something to consider. Um, so the reason I like it is because the tarot card that comes up is the Knight of Cups. So this morning we're discussing the Knight of Cups. Ask yourself, like, again, you don't have to know anything about the tarot. Absolutely fine. So Knight of Cups. Just look at the card, look at the imagery, the colors, any sort of symbol, anything. What stands out to you, and how does it make you feel? I mean, look at all the fish. Like, first of all, I say fish and I'm like pointing at the wings. Look at the wings up here. Connection to like Hermes, maybe, like messengers, angels, right? Stuff like that. Winged things. What do wings represent to you? And then look at all the fish. You see the fishies, little fishies, on the clothing. There's water. Cups represent water, so it's interesting. There's a messages, and fish can be like love and abundance, right? And so there's like this abundance of heartfelt message here. Um, and we're moving forward, we're moving into the future. And so we create habits and problems to fulfill a need. When I can find a positive way to fulfill the need, I can release a problem. So when the Knight of Cups comes up for us, we recognize, like, you know what? Now is the time. Again, look at this horse looking down, kind of tuning within, looking at the emotional setting, the water. And so I can find the solution here, by tuning within. Let me look inside of myself. Let me look inside of my heart, my emotions, how I feel. So it's a good day to pay attention to how I feel emotionally. Like, what am I doing to fill my cup that feels good, that is positive, that is uplifting, and maybe what am I putting in my cup that is kind of poison. What is poison in my life? Let me be aware of these things. So the Knight of Cups helps us to move forward, but in order for us to move forward, we must, tune within and look at our emotional response, our emotions, and our spirituality, and what feels like what we feel deep within our gut. What is going on here? And so it is also important for us to learn how to, again, with these little wings here, it's really important for us to learn how to communicate about our emotions, how to, express our emotions, what we are going through. And so that positive way to fulfill the need in our lives, it could very well be something emotional. Maybe I need to start being able to express my emotions in a healthy way. I need to be able to share like that message of that heart in my life moving forward. I'm going to try to be better at sharing my feelings and expressing them, because when I do, I feel better, and I feel like at least we're on the same page. And that helps in relationships to be able to be on the same page. um so another thing with the Knight of Cups, it's like, okay, maybe another thing that is associated with the Knight of Cups is like a sort of jealousy. And so if we create habits and problems to fulfill a need, so maybe there's this jealous streak that we are going through or we're dealing with. And so if that's the case, we need to ask ourselves, like, where in our lives, like, what's going on with this jealousy? Like, why do I feel this? Like, what is it attached to? Let me get to the core of that so I can uproot it, because again, I don't want to feel that way. And it will help me to figure out like what to replace it with. So if I am jealous, why am I jealous? Why do I have these feelings? And is there like some sort of insecurity, or do I feel less than, or whatever? And how can I feel confident? How can I feel good in this situation? What can I focus on to help me to feel better? Does that make sense? And so that's what we do. We sort of like reverse engineer. We take a look at the problem or the challenge, and the habit or and the thing that's going on that doesn't feel great, and then we try to see where it originated, see where it's coming from, see the pattern or the original thought that activated it, so we can figure out a way to feel better. Like when we understand, we tune within. We understand, like, this is why I feel this way. This is how I feel. Well, how do I want to feel? Let's focus on that. The Knight of Cups is all about moving forward, but we're also cautious. So we are cautious to repeat mistakes. And so we don't want to do that, but we want to be aware of the emotional comings and goings of our life, so we can keep filling our cup up with things that make sense to us and feel good, to help us replace these old patterns and old programmings, right? Does that make sense? Um, there's so much that could be said about the Knight of Cups. I think that's kind of all I wanted to say. If you have any last minute thoughts or questions, feel free to put them out there. I will get back with you. But yeah, I'm trying to think. If you're watching a recording, do the same thing. But this is a good time to contemplate sort of like what's going on in our heart. How do we feel? And what do we want to feel? Like, what do we want to focus on? Let's keep in mind, we can process the heavy stuff, we can process the friction, but we also need to hold space for the other side of it, like working through it. How do we want to feel when we come out and come through the other side? Like, what do we want to be experiencing? What kind of emotions, what kind of adventures, what kind of things do we want around us? Let's give ourselves some hope and some things to look forward to, and set some goals for ourselves. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you like this. Again, always share your thoughts. Feel free. I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. I enjoy spending time with you. So thank you for showing up. I hope you can take this and utilize it to contemplate, write it down, journal with it, meditate with it, whatever works for you. All right. And if you want to learn how to support this experience, you're more than welcome to click the link in the description, and that will give you all kinds of information. So again, I thank you, I appreciate you, and I will talk to you soon. Be blessed.